Well, first of all, guys, I have not been here in a very long time, so I really don't know where to look. So you guys are going to find out with me as we go through the city. This used to be a town of cows and milk, and now it's warehouses. And I'm sure there's a lot of other things here, like poor, indigent, and homeless. Since all this isn't trending in the state of California, every city seems to have more and more homeless. A lot of people think that the government has nothing to do with this. Well, I've got news for you. They have everything to do with it, because they've been creating laws to promote homeless and to promote crime. So what do you think is going to happen? More crime, more homeless. It's that simple. And yes, we'll talk about this as we're driving through this lovely city tour. By the way, there's a lot of very, very nice houses in Chino, and a lot of pretty high net worth people, as well as there is quite a bit of indigent and poor. So grab yourself a cold beverage, sit down and enjoy the lovely city tour. There's some bicycles, there must be some homeless. All these brand new big buildings and these brand new big homes built right on the cow pastures. They have absolutely no problem with sewer gas around here. Nope, no problem. There's been numerous lawsuits. Title 24 is energy efficient homes. Basically, it increased the cost of building a house about $100,000. And I'm sure that everybody can just afford that in this state. The roofs are more expensive, more installation, solar panels, more energy efficient air conditioning and heating. All that are costing you, and in fact there's quite a bit more, I don't recall them offhand, but all that costs you quite a bit more to buy your home. Even if you can't afford it, you need to pay for it, mandated into law. Gotta love the state. What happened to incentives? Oh yeah, that's the other party that does that, not the Democrats. They love to do laws. Why? Because if there's a law, I can go to a solar panel company and can say, hey, I'm making a law. How much money are you giving me? Corruption is from making laws. When you make laws, it opens the door for corruption, even worse than padding the pockets of the rich. Believe me, you don't want to give money to politicians for any reason. Yet there's still some cows out here. Somehow they made it. Man, as much as that land's worth, it's surprising that they're still here. It's probably because the increasing construction costs have made it, difficult for the builders to make money, so they're offering them quite a bit less for their land, especially when they find out they gotta dig down 20 feet. In fact, you guys who think they're builders are these rich builders, like what the government's telling us, these rich builders in this state, you guys are getting rich on us. One of the builders that I know, I talked to a person who I knew who worked there. I can't really say who it is, but they lost $80,000 a home on their last track. How would you like that, to own a business, work hard, and lose $80,000 a home? How about that? Isn't that lovely? And guess what? They're building in other states. Not in this one. They gave up, and they just finished up their last track. They lost $80,000. If they didn't finish the track, they would have lost a whole lot more. So they just finished up the track and bailed from this state. So you're wondering why there isn't very many homes here, or how builders aren't building, or some people go, oh, well, there's builders building out so and so. Guess what? When they're done with that track, they're leaving too, because they're losing money as well. Believe me, if one builder's losing money, they're all losing money. So it's going to get fun. Just keep voting Democrat. It just is lovely. It's just exciting to see all the changes and homeless people everywhere. You gotta love this. Ah, Chino. The place where, in the big Kmart parking lot that's again been closed for a while, they've literally had to put this little like barrier up around it so they don't have like campers all over in here. Gotta love this. Pretty creative, if you ask me. They figured out how to keep them out. And I think that there guy over there is a security guy, and if he wasn't here, they'd be in there already. I bet the landlord just loves paying that bill every month. Oh yeah, guys, let's just ignore all this stuff and, you know, let it get worse. People seem to think if we just ignore it, it'll go away. But the thing is, the laws that they created made this, and unless they're changed, it's just going to get worse. So yeah, it's kind of like, you know, keep voting Democrat. You know, it'll just all of a sudden get better. I don't think so. Oh yeah, all those energy efficient things will get way cheaper as time goes on. No, I don't think so either. I'm sure the rents in these homes have to be absolutely affordable. First guess, $4,000? And it's not too affordable for a discount grocery place. They have those too. And in the parking lot, some interesting fellers trying to get some cell phone stuff. All the cars in the parking lot are absolutely clean, like they see car washes like all the time. That one just got washed. That one's perfectly clean. Yep. Pretty much all of them. Wrong way, dude. It's all right. He's in Chino. Thriving businesses. And then there's this fencing thing in this part of town. Seems like my best kind of place to go. Oh yeah, the whole front yard's concrete. You can squeeze all those families in the same house, right? Good old California. Let's turn them all into fourplexes and get 4 welfare checks in one house. That's absolutely genius. And yeah, there's just no crime around here, I'm sure. All those fences in the front yard, they tell you something. Interesting feller. Definitely not doing any kind of drugs or anything like that, I'm sure. He was just trying to stop and get a tan. Well, anyway, yeah, it's lovely. This is great. I mean, at least the yards are pretty well maintained, and that guy did park in the front yard, well, neatly, I suppose. Wonder how long that car's been there. Looks pretty dirty with some cobwebs on it. Nobody seems to care. It's just the way the city goes, I suppose. Just buy a place in Chino and pack them in like sardines. Wow. That one's a bit run down. Ooh, these apartments here have to be absolutely crime-free. Great place to raise a family, if you ask me. Must be a daycare. I think I would not go there, but that's okay. So why are the fellers around here all having backpacks? It's kind of interesting. Might have been they just are getting out of school or something. I don't know. Well, the one positive, I certainly haven't seen any trash yet. At least not in this area. Thank you, you guys. People do take care of their homes pretty much in this neighborhood. For rent? Maybe. You gotta do that sort of thing, though. I mean, where else are you gonna live in this state? Well, even down the alleys I didn't see trash. Pretty good. Well, that's more than likely not a rental. I don't think that one is either. But this liquor store does take EBT. They had to have that sign up, so that tells you something. Well, I gotta say, most of the yards are not bad in this area. Maybe I'm just in the wrong part, but these really don't look too bad. Nice vehicles in the front, nobody's in the yards. You know, this area of town, older homes, this is the way you take care of them. You guys in Bloomington, some parts of Ontario, and Colton, watch this video. This is how you take care of a yard, like this, right here. That's what you do. You mow it, give it a little water. Well, this guy kind of missed the boat there, but oh well. I mean, his next door neighbor isn't bad. Pretty good. When I see 50s homes, this is what I expect to see, really. And that, it must be a rental, I suppose. And listen, that doesn't give you an excuse. Oh, it's not my house, so, you know, I don't have to take care of it the same way I would my own. Dude, you live there. Take care of the yard. Oh, this house is very well maintained. Yuck. It looks empty too. Looks like to me nobody's living there. No foreclosure problems yet. But that one is empty, that's for sure. Well, I pointed out on the next street over two motorhomes that weren't rentals, but this guy has his pop-outs out. I'm guessing it is for rent. With the high cost of living around here, you really don't blame people for doing that. But you know, this is America. We shouldn't be having to do that. But California, look at this house. Nice. These houses are very nice right here in Chino. I know there's a lot of really nice ones. I thought maybe it would be a good idea to show you guys a good example of a home that's older, that's maintained. You know, it's really not that hard. Just do like this. It's very simple. When people go, oh, well, that takes money. No, it just takes elbow grease. When you're getting them painted, yeah, that's really, really expensive right now. And, you know, you can always get the mismatches or whatever at the paint store and make it work. Paint the front. Yeah, look at that. All these houses right in this area. Pretty well maintained. Not bad. But I know there's some crime around because I've seen the lovely folks at the liquor store. And yeah, we'll find them. Just give me a little bit. But I thought I'd show you guys some of the nice examples of Chino and how the people should maintain their homes, because these look pretty good. That house over there next to that one had a bunch of project cars, but they were behind the fence. Not in the front yard, not in the grass. Would I take my grandson to this park? Most definitely. This is why. Marginal. Not bad. Grass is a little long. Maybe the guy's coming by pretty soon. Look at these yards. This is why. If people care about their homes like this, then more often they're decent people. Even if they are rentals. Not bad. This is the example I'm trying to show you guys for nicer homes. So there are some nice areas in Chino, and I know they're there, and yeah, I just don't know where the bad stuff is, because but I do know it's here. But while I was driving by these, I would just show you guys some examples of stuff that looks pretty good. This is nice. Decent area of town, probably pretty darn expensive too. And if you look here, is this a church or something? Well-maintained property, no graffiti, looks good. Across the street, not so much. Not bad. It's not terrible. Just the grass hasn't been mowed in a while, but it doesn't look bad, really. Oh my goodness, that's what I don't miss. The ice cream guy coming by. Yuck. I gotta tell you guys, on this side of town, I haven't seen a street vendor. I have not seen one mountain of trash. In fact, I haven't seen any trash on the sides of the roads. I really haven't seen many rentals in people's backyards, the motorhomes and stuff and such, trailers. I haven't seen any crazy amounts of cars parked in front of homes, except in the poorer neighborhood that I went down a little bit earlier. And I've seen very few of these kind of fellers around this area. I'm just scooching my way across this other, across to the other side of town, on the other side of Chino Avenue. And let's see what it's like over there. I really don't know where the bad parts are, but definitely on, I would say, between Euclid near the freeway and all the way to Central, 4 or 5 blocks from the freeway south is pretty good. Maybe I should peruse downtown once just to see. Only a smaller percentage of the cars seem to be like auction cars. A lot of normal, you know, ones with no dents in them and things like that. That's what I'm seeing here. Just one graffiti patch on this building and some sort of feller here. Definitely a homeless guy. But most of all, it seems to be very well maintained as far as the city goes. I'm almost wondering what political party runs this city. I'm going to guess it doesn't start with a D. At least that side of town, hey, it's getting a little more interesting over here. Now, I got to tell you, that is cool. And it has like a wheelchair on the back, so they probably drive that as a daily out here. Cool. Not one speck of trash have I seen yet.
Oh yeah, it's because the government goes around and cleans it all up.
No, the people do. When you have cities like this, it's because people take care of them. That's how they get taken care of. Government makes laws or doesn't make laws, but people have respect, and that's why there's no trash. That's a good example. Some fellers kind of running around, definitely lacking living arrangements there, but not nearly as many as surrounding cities. And this city has a prison. Everybody's like, go to Chino, go to Chino. I was like, hey, I don't think it's going to be that bad. And of course it isn't. And look, there's trash bags out there. No trash on the ground anywhere. So in like Ontario, that would have been littered with trash. Nothing. Over there, you see any trash? I don't see anything either. A vacant warehouse. No trash. No trash over there. It's almost shocking. You guys that think,
Oh, it should be the government's job to pick it up. Oh wow,
there's a piece of trash. The first one I've seen. It doesn't get like this because the government picks it up, guys. It gets this way because people care. Second piece of trash I've seen, and I bet it's gone tomorrow. Maintenance. That's what it's called. Even the poorer homes look pretty maintained in this area. Even the weeds are mowed, at least. The vehicles are a little, you know, auctionish. American flag. I don't know what that means, but I got one. I think I'd even take my grandson to this park. Definitely, actually. Okay, we're going in. Off the beaten path in an alley. Should there be trash? Yes. Something. Little box of some goodies. Couple of items there. But look, you guys, let me zoom you in so you can really see what I'm seeing. This is what an alley should look like. I see a couple pieces of stuff. I mean, that's going to happen. The wind blows it, whatever. But you don't see those mountains like we saw in Ontario. That's for sure. And the road is actually paved. It's not dirt. Oh, wait. There's a tire. Yeah, well, I guess it's bound to happen. But most of all, this doesn't look too bad. This looks like something normal to me. Doesn't look like any kind of apocalypse alley or anything. Just looks like an alley. Oh, another piece of trash. It's shocking when you see one, when there isn't very many. You guys in the surrounding cities, Ontario, I'm trying to think of all the surrounding cities. You should take a look at this video, and maybe if you guys clean your cities up, they look like this one. Even this guy like cleans his dirt. rakes it or something. It looks good. Rocks, no weeds in them. Well, the rental out front, it's kind of, I don't know. Maybe he's just getting ready to go on a trip, but it did have the stairs down and the pop-out out. Going to the far end of the city, and let's see what we find. I have no idea. I see more manicured yards. Yeah, I don't see trash. I think I'm going to label this place the cleanest city in the IE so far, really. Honestly, somehow they've seemed to figure out something. I mean, there's a lot of industry here. Maybe everybody has a job. Maybe I'll stop up here and we'll look at the city demographics and we'll go over that because, yeah, the church looks like it's well maintained. Looks like they must have people that show up there. I'm guessing they do. Maybe I just haven't been to the part of town where there's trash because I'm literally seeing a few little pieces along here on this main street, but honestly, there really isn't much to talk about. Well, this is pretty cool. Wow. Some old Batwing Chevys. Car hauler. Definitely the yards are still very neat, even in the working class areas. You know, it's like a disease. If you get the trash out of your house, you guys, your neighbors will do the same thing. Shh. That's what they do. Keep your yard clean. Your neighbors keep their yard clean. You do it open and notorious, and look what happens. Everybody does it. It's definitely looking pretty good. Well, the yard parker over here is just, come on. Maybe he's washing it or something. Oh yeah, there's a washing pole over there. He's washing his car. Perfectly fine in the front yard. Nothing wrong with that. And everybody says, oh, you're so negative. It's like, no, when I see stuff that looks good, nice Volkswagen bus. You know, yard's nice. You know, these houses are decent. This is not at all like Escondido. Escondido was the opposite of this. It was like nobody cares about their car, their yard. I think that guy's getting ready to wash his or something. I mean, there's a few rough ones here and there, but nothing really to talk about. There isn't anything here for me to say anything. Except for the old quad in the front yard there. If everything looked like this, I really wouldn't have anything to do. I wouldn't have any filming to do, right? Yeah. So by a slight margin, Chino is more Democratic than Republican, but it is definitely more Republican than surrounding cities. So that kind of tells you maybe why things are what we're looking at. So yeah, it's pretty shocking. I expected to see with the surrounding cities a lot more homeless, a lot more drug people, a lot more of that sort of thing. And in Chino, it just doesn't seem to exist. I'm going to say this is probably, well, I mean, this street here, look at how many cars are in the yard, I mean, out front. So this is probably, I'm going to say this is probably a primarily Democratic street. And, you know, there's a lot of people living in one house. A lot of people living in the same houses along here, because if this street's that full of cars, that tells you something. Still nice homes, not bad. I would say a little more, not quite as nice as some of the others, but you know, very livable. And again, not a lot of homeless people around here. So it is quite interesting to see how much different. I mean, we're talking about a very small amount of distance between here and Ontario. And quite a large difference in the way people take care of things. Definitely less trash. Definitely less homeless people in this immediate area. I'm going to go up a little bit further. We're going to take a look around just to see. What I can tell you, further up in Pomona, up ahead, definitely worse. Over in Ontario, towards downtown, up Holt Street up there, a lot worse. This immediate area, same thing, probably Chino Hills. I haven't seen really very much homeless activity over there, or trash, or filth. I mean, look, Jack in the Box. Somebody does a lot check. There's no trash in the parking lot. There's like one little lid right there. I mean, nothing. Let's look in this parking lot here. I mean, a business parking lot. Busy. No trash. Nothing. No trash anywhere. Whatever that is, it's closed. See any trash outside? Do you see any homeless people? Oh, there's one little piece of trash over there. And a can right there. I mean, it tells you, if there's cans in the ground, then there's no homeless guys around. Vacant parking lot. So basically the only parking lot that was vacant in this town was Kmart, and it's right on the edge of Ontario, and obviously they had a homeless problem there, but nothing else towards this end of town has any indications of that. So anyway, it's really nice to see something this clean. No graffiti, no graffiti patches. I mean, I don't know if I've covered the whole city. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I think I have, almost. And only one poorer part of town that even really wasn't that bad. I'd say Chino is definitely not bad. A few fellers around. Guy looks like he's sort of an immigrant worker guy. This one here near the freeway, he looks a little sketchy. And of course the next town over, I think, is just a couple of blocks up. And the sketchy guys are heading there, seems like. Look at the back side of a building right near the freeway. You'd think there'd be some graffiti or something. Nothing. The bars on these apartments don't look like very inviting. Kind of tells me there might be some issues around right here, but probably still doable, because you look across the street. See any graffiti, anyone? Nope. Look at that. Old shopping center, really old. Oh, there's a little spot of graffiti. And yet, still a couple of interesting fellers. So overall, I'm going to guess this was a town that didn't have really any homeless. And they've increased a little bit because they do have some, but not much. And I'm going to say this city is actually in pretty good shape. If you know of a bad place in town, let me know, and I'll go there and check it out. But just from the drive-through, I would buy a house here. You aren't going to get a very big house, but they do have some decent sized properties. Except maybe if you go into the newer home area where they have them built on the cow patties. If that's your thing, you don't really care. Probably wouldn't be bad even there, just that you just don't know. There's settling issues on those houses because they have so much fill land underneath them. And I've heard of some issues with the smell or something like that, or sewer gas type problems in some of the areas. You know, something to look into if you're going to look at that. But anyway, that seems to be pretty good. I would say this is better than I expected. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm actually pretty shocked that this place is as good as it is with Ontario and Montclair. I've seen some issues over there, but I haven't been up there again in a little while. So, like I said, I was trying not to do these cities. Some of the guys were like, "Hey, go do these cities." And I was kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna find much, and of course I didn't. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe. So anyway, I just passed a sign back there. It said Ontario. As soon as I got into Ontario from Chino, I saw bars in the windows, and that's actually where this Kmart was that I first showed. I guess it's right. According to the map, it looks like it's anything on this side of Euclid is Chino, and on that side of Euclid is Ontario. But I guess the line's back there because I just noticed there is a street sign. So the Kmart is actually in Chino. So, I mean, in Ontario. So, yeah, interesting. You know, I didn't see much to even talk about. It was just really shockingly hardly anything there. Anyway, something to know. Talk to you guys in the next one.